Once upon a time, a caring mother bought a strong comb to keep her little son's hair in order. The boy was so delighted to see his gift that he always carried it with him. The comb did not pull his hair but glided through smoothly. A mishap happened one day. The comb was lost. The boy was playing and romping. All his hair got tangled. At last, the mother found the comb. But when his mother tried to draw it through his hair, it did not move. It pulled his hair and brought tears of pain in his eyes. "How bad are you, you awful old comb?" cried the boy. But the comb replied, "My dear boy, I am the same comb, only your hair is badly tangled now." But the boy was really angry with the comb. He threw it out of the window and parted with it forever. The Squirrel and the Thrush. A crowd of people had assembled in front of a merchant's house. They were wondering at a squirrel that ran in the revolving wheel of its cage. A thrush that was sitting on a nearby tree asked the squirrel, "Friend, please tell me what you are doing." "My dear fellow," replied the squirrel, "I don't have time to stop and talk to you. I have lot of work as I am the courier of a nobleman." At once the squirrel started running again. This time it was faster than ever in its wheel. "Yes," said the thrush, and it flew away. "I can see that you are running, but despite that you have not moved and are at the same window every time. In the world there are many worried busy bees who are always running from one pillar to another. People wonder at them. They make no progress like the squirrel in the wheel." The Pebble and the Diamond. Once, a diamond was lying alongside the pebble in the dust on the roadside. Finally, a merchant picked it up and sold it to the king. The king had it set in his royal crown. Now, the pebble heard of the diamond's great future and complained about its own hard luck. Once, it saw a traveler passing by and said to him, "Can you please take me to the city with you? Maybe I am honored when I am in the city." The traveler picked up the pebble and kept it in his cart. He then took it to the city. On the way, the pebble started dreaming. It imagined itself to be set in the same crown along with the diamond. It was happy in its heart of hearts. But its fate was different. It was put to a good use. It was used for mending the road and was placed in a hole in the road. The Ass and the Nightingale. Once, an ass saw a nightingale and said, "My friend, I have heard that you have a really beautiful voice. I have been waiting from a long time to hear you sing." Delighted by the praise, the nightingale began to sing, whistling in myriad ways. With long drawn, sniveling notes, she sang one song after another. In one song, she lowered her voice as if it was coming from a distance with the echo of the wind. The entire nature came to a halt. To listen her singing, the breeze stopped. The other birds were quiet. The animals lay without a sound upon the grass. After a while, the nightingale stopped singing. Then the ass bent his head towards the ground and said, "That's not half bad. Frankly, I can listen to you for any length of time, but I think you should take lessons from our cock. You would be able to sing much better." Trishka's Kaftan. Trishka was a Russian peasant. One day, he noticed that his kaftan, or long-skirted gown, was torn at the elbows. It was simple, he thought. He cut off a quarter of each sleeve and patched it on the elbows. The elbows looked fine now, but his arms had lost a quarter of their length. Everyone looked at him and laughed. So Trishka said to himself, I am not a fool and I can make everything right again. All I need to do is to make the sleeves as long as they were before. Oh, Trishka is a genius. So, Trishka cut off the skirts of his kaftan. He then used them to lengthen his sleeves. Trishka was delighted, but now his kaftan looked like a waistcoat. There are so many people in the world whose life is like Trishka's kaftan. In the hope of getting out of debt, they borrow from Peter to pay Paul.
Thanks for watching. Do like, share, subscribe to Sahil Book House.